The carnivore diet, letting your inner cave person run wild. In a world obsessed with plant-based eating, one ancient approach challenges everything we've been told about nutrition. The carnivore diet isn't just another passing trend, it's a radical return to our ancestral roots that's transforming thousands of lives, reversing chronic conditions, and defying conventional wisdom. But beneath the impressive testimonials and striking before and after photos lies the most controversial question in modern nutrition. Could eliminating plants entirely be the key to optimal human health? Stay with me to discover the shocking science that mainstream nutrition doesn't want you to know. Some hail it as a revolutionary path to health optimization, while others scream it's a dangerous fad destined for disaster. So, what's the real deal? We're here to cut through the hype and reveal whether this meat-centric madness can actually lead to health improvements or if it's just a one-way ticket to nutritional no man's land. We'll also explore whether it's even remotely sustainable. Imagine a diet where you break up with plants. All of them. That's the carnivore diet in a nutshell. It's like the keto diet's rebellious meat-loving cousin who decided to go further down the restriction rabbit hole. The premise is simple. Only foods that come from animals are allowed. Think of it as the polar opposite of veganism. Instead of embracing the plant kingdom, you're giving it the cold shoulder and going full-on predator. Let's talk about what you can eat. This is where the carnivore party gets started. All meats are welcome. Beef, pork, lamb, chicken, turkey, you name it. If it moos, oinks or clucks, it's on the menu. Don't forget the organ meats. Liver, kidney, heart, even brain, if you're feeling adventurous. Fish and seafood are also your friends. Salmon, mackerel, sardines, crab. Load up on those omega-3s. Eggs are a staple too. Scrambled, fried, poached, even raw if you're feeling particularly primal. Some carnivore diets allow certain dairy products such as hard cheeses, heavy cream and butter. Of course, water is essential for hydration. Bone broth is another excellent way to get some extra animal-derived nutrients. Now for the heartbreak, the foods you have to ditch. Prepare for some solemn goodbyes. Vegetables are out. Broccoli, spinach, carrots, banished. Fruits are a no-go too. Apples, berries, bananas, and even avocados are off the table. Grains, forget about it. Bread, pasta, and rice are considered ancient history. Sugars are also strictly forbidden. Honey, maple syrup, sayonara. And most beverages are technically out. Coffee and tea are often discouraged, though some carnivore diets make exceptions. Not all carnivores are created equal. There's a spectrum of adherence to this diet. Some allow coffee or seasonings to make things a little more palatable, but the hardcore believers stick to the bare minimum: meat, salt, and water. It's like the difference between a casual hiker and a mountain climber. Both are outdoorsy, but one's a lot more extreme. Let's talk about one of the most prominent figures in the carnivore world, Dr. Shawn Baker. He's an orthopedic doctor and a major spokesperson for the diet. Baker claims the carnivore diet helped him overcome depression, anxiety, arthritis, and a whole host of other ailments. He even conducted a survey-based study where participants self-reported many benefits. However, it's important to note that this study lacked rigorous scientific verification. And let's not forget that Baker's medical license was revoked and reinstated. So, you're thinking about taking the plunge? Here's a crash course on how to go carnivore. First, clean out your pantry. Get rid of all those tempting plant-based foods that will sabotage your efforts. Then, stock up on meat. Fill your freezer with beef, chicken, fish, whatever your carnivorous heart desires. Embrace the fat. Since you'll be missing out on carbs, prioritize fat consumption for energy. Brace yourself for the carnivore flu. Expect some initial symptoms like fatigue, headaches, and digestive upset as your body adjusts. Prepare for judgment. Explaining your diet to others can be interesting. Say goodbye to restaurant menus. Your dining options will be severely limited. And finally, forget meal planning. Just eat when you're hungry. One of the biggest draws of the carnivore diet is its potential for weight loss. But how does it work? High-protein diets promote fullness, which can help you eat less. Protein also boosts your metabolism, helping you burn more calories. Eliminating carbs and sugar can drastically reduce your overall calorie intake. Studies have shown that high-protein diets can indeed lead to weight loss. But the big question is it sustainable in the long run? Beyond weight loss, some carnivores report other benefits. Let's take a look. It simplifies eating decisions. No more agonizing over what to eat. Grab some meat. It eliminates processed junk. You're cutting out all those ultra-processed foods often loaded with unhealthy ingredients. Due to the lack of carbohydrates, blood sugar might stabilize. Some people report a reduction in inflammation, though this is largely anecdotal. And hey, no more sharing food. Your meals might not be as appealing to others. Now for the not-so-pretty side of the carnivore coin. There are some serious downsides to consider. There are concerns about fat and cholesterol. The diet is high in saturated fat, which can raise cholesterol levels. Sodium overload is another potential issue, especially if you consume a lot of processed meats. There are also cancer worries. Red and processed meat consumption has been linked to an increased risk of certain cancers. You're also missing out on essential nutrients. The diet is notoriously low in vitamin C and other vital vitamins and minerals. Let's not forget the fiber situation. A lack of fiber can lead to digestive issues like constipation. And what about your social life? Limited dining options and dietary restrictions can make socializing a challenge. Finally, let's talk about the dollars. High-quality meat can be expensive, making this diet potentially unsustainable for some. The carnivore diet isn't for everyone. In fact, several groups of people should probably avoid it. Those with kidney problems should avoid it, as the high protein intake can put extra strain on their kidneys. Pregnant or breastfeeding individuals need a balanced diet for their health and the health of their babies. Children and teenagers also need various nutrients for proper growth and development. Those with high cholesterol or heart disease should be cautious due to the high saturated fat content. Vegetarians or vegans should avoid it, as it goes against their ethical and dietary principles. Those with a history of disordered eating should also avoid it, as it can be overly restrictive and trigger unhealthy eating patterns. And finally, those who enjoy diverse flavors or like having regular bathroom habits might want to reconsider. You might start with steak and eggs for breakfast, followed by bacon for lunch. Dinner could be salmon. Another day might involve ground beef for every meal. So, what's the verdict on the carnivore diet? In our opinion, it's unsustainable and unnecessary for most people. A balanced diet that includes a variety of foods is generally the best approach for long-term health. If you're considering trying the carnivore diet, consult a healthcare professional first. Remember, moderation is key. There are better ways to get healthy than going full-on caveman.